In early 1941, Allied soldiers were deployed to Tobruk, a strategic port in Libya. The desert sun burned relentlessly, and the soldiers quickly realized that their mission would not be simple. Tobruk was surrounded by German and Italian forces, and holding it would require extraordinary resilience. The first weeks were spent digging trenches, erecting barbed wire, and setting up artillery positions. Every soldier, from the youngest recruit to the most experienced officer, worked tirelessly under the scorching sun. Their goal was clear: Tobruk must not fall. Living conditions were harsh, water was scarce, and food was limited. Sandstorms swept through the camp, covering everything in a thick layer of dust. Despite these hardships, morale remained high. The soldiers called themselves the Rats of Tobruk, embracing their identity as the resilient defenders of the fortress. The enemy launched the first attacks in April 1941. German tanks and Italian infantry tried to break through the defenses. The Rats fought bravely, using every trench, gun, and mine to repel the attackers. Each skirmish was a brutal test of courage and endurance. Even in the harshest moments, the soldiers found ways to maintain camaraderie. Jokes, songs, and small celebrations helped them cope with fear and fatigue. This bond became one of their greatest strengths, allowing them to face overwhelming odds with unity. By May 1941, Tobruk was under constant bombardment. Artillery shells rained down from German positions, shaking the desert sands. The Rats had to stay vigilant day and night, repairing trenches, reinforcing walls, and keeping the supply lines open despite the relentless attacks. Life on the front line was grueling. Food was rationed, water was precious, and heat made every task exhausting. Soldiers slept in dugouts or under canvas, always aware that an enemy raid could occur at any moment. Despite this, the Rats remained determined, their spirit unbroken. Enemy snipers were a constant threat. Any exposed soldier risked being hit. The Rats adapted quickly, using camouflage and night movements to stay safe. Surprise attacks and raids tested their nerves daily, forcing them to develop cunning strategies to survive. Intelligence played a crucial role. Scouts and reconnaissance teams provided information about enemy movements. Even a single tip about tank positions or supply lines could save countless lives. The Rats relied on both courage and information to maintain their defense. Amidst the chaos, strong bonds formed between soldiers. Sharing stories, food, and moments of laughter brought comfort. These friendships became the backbone of morale, reminding the Rats that they were not alone in facing the hardships of war. By June 1941, reinforcements reached Tobruk. Fresh troops brought hope and renewed energy, but integrating them into existing defenses required coordination. The original Rats trained the newcomers, sharing strategies honed over weeks of fighting in the desert. The German Luftwaffe intensified air raids over Tobruk. Bombs fell unpredictably, destroying supply depots and artillery positions. Anti-aircraft crews worked tirelessly, trying to protect the fortress while soldiers sought cover wherever possible. Sandstorms were as dangerous as enemy fire. Visibility dropped to mere meters, and equipment often became buried in the shifting dunes. Soldiers had to navigate carefully, relying on landmarks and their instincts to avoid accidents and remain combat-ready. Medical teams worked under extreme conditions. Heatstroke, dehydration, and battle wounds were constant threats. Field hospitals were overcrowded, and doctors improvised with limited supplies. Despite this, lives were saved daily through tireless dedication. Despite the hardships, letters from home brought comfort. Soldiers treasured every word, reading and rereading messages from family and loved ones. These letters reminded them of what they were fighting for and provided emotional strength to endure another day in the desert. By July 1941, the enemy had intensified their siege. Supplies ran low, and the desert heat became almost unbearable. Every day was a struggle to maintain the defenses and keep morale high, but the Rats remained steadfast, determined not to let Tobruk fall. The Rats faced not only physical danger but also psychological warfare. Enemy propaganda attempted to demoralize them, spreading rumors of inevitable defeat. Yet the soldiers' camaraderie and leadership kept hope alive. They refused to be broken by words alone. The rats developed clever defensive tactics. They used decoys, hidden traps, and fake positions to confuse the enemy. Every clever maneuver saved lives and slowed down Rommel's advance, demonstrating their creativity under extreme pressure. Desert nights brought new challenges. Temperatures dropped sharply, and soldiers had to remain alert despite the cold. Patrols moved silently through the dunes, listening for enemy movements and securing the perimeter against surprise attacks. Amid constant danger, individual acts of heroism emerged. Soldiers risked their lives to rescue comrades, deliver critical messages, or repair artillery under fire. Each act reinforced the rats' reputation as brave and unyielding defenders of Tobruk. By late 1941, the relentless defense of Tobruk began to take its toll on Rommel's forces. Supplies ran low, morale dropped, and the desert heat was unforgiving. The rats' unyielding stand delayed enemy advances and bought precious time for the Allies. The bravery of the rats was acknowledged by Allied commanders. Medals and honors were awarded, yet the soldiers remained humble, emphasizing teamwork and solidarity over individual glory. Their story would inspire generations to come. After 241 grueling days, Tobruk was finally relieved. The rats had endured hunger, bombardment, and extreme conditions. Their perseverance became legendary, symbolizing courage, resilience, and the human spirit under pressure. The story of the rats of Tobruk lives on as a testament to courage and determination. Their efforts not only defended a strategic location but also became a symbol of hope for soldiers across the world. History remembers them as heroes of resilience. Generations after the war, the rats of Tobruk inspire stories